It's Wednesday. Some call it hump day. We call it Wednesday because of why Canada Dry?
Because we get to hump twice. Because of W, right?
Yeah.
Today is Dynamite After Dog, baby.
Ooh, I
think you should hit it.
Yeah, let's hit it. Kablooey! That's right, boys and girls of the internet. How you doing? My name, of course, is the JFB. That means James from Boston.
And I'm, of course, your very own personal patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing dry, and I'd like to give a shout out to my very good friend, Bad Take Tiff. She's got the worst takes. The worst.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I love you, Tribal Chief. Talk to this guy down here.
What's going on, everybody? You know me. I'm Commissioner Joe, Commissioner of the AFW Prediction League and the EVP of everything that is AFW. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's holidays. People are starting to somewhat act decent. I love it. I mean, it's great.
Can't ask for much more than that, right?
Hell no. No. Until January 1st comes around, they'll decide to be assholes again. But hey, what can you do?
Well, that's their New Year's resolution, JFB.
I want to be 49 son of a bitch and 51% mother. Beep.
Ironically, that's the one New Year's resolution they can keep, being an asshole.
Yeah. Reminds me of the song from Dennis Leary called Asshole.
There you go.
Very dated. Talks about
aren't we missing somebody?
Huh?
Aren't we missing somebody?
We are, yeah.
Rich is still gone. But we have we like to run a special thing on the show.
Yeah.
Where we get people to people phone in and they ask for advice. So let's bring them in. Showtime. How you doing? I heard you got some advice to ask us.
Yeah. As you guys know, I was at War Games on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And many of you guys have been at events yourselves. What would you do if you encounter this? So let's just say after the first, maybe second match, the seat beside me to the right was still empty. Guy shows up. I guess at this point we're all standing up because I can't remember what match is going on. And also he's like, "That's my seat." It's like, sure. Okay. Like, a little bit frosty there, but it's like, I'm not, hey, bud, no, I'm not. Yeah, it's your seat. Yeah, go right ahead. But as soon as he gets down, so mind you, I'm 4 seats over from the aisle to the right. So you would think you'd go on leaning right side, starting from the first person over. As soon as this guy gets down, and I make my way down, fully out, I'm guessing like this. Not only that, not only has he got full encroaching like that on the seatway, he's now manspreading. So it's not just like in the border of like his seat, it's now like his knees is now coming across my armrest area and stuff for that. So at this point, silently, I'm just kind of, nudging my leg back in there. Then as I'm nudging it back, he's kind of putting it this way. But so it kind of went through this battle all night silently. We never made one word to each other all night or nothing like that. But did I approach this prevention of man spreading properly, or how would you guys go about being man spreaded on during an event? Or I hear this is a very common thing that happens on a flight too, which ends up causing a lot of fights too. So how would you guys go about being man spreaded on?
I've never run into this incident, luckily. So I'm not sure I'd know how I'd react in real life. I mean, honestly, if he kept putting his shit on me, I'm probably pushing him off.
That's fair.
I'll give him a push. And honestly, if he does it again, you know what? There's people called ushers that get paid to deal with these idiots. Let them do their job.
Yeah. Canada, you want to spill in?
This is what I would do. Because I got my beer, and I just start shaking it like this. When I start shaking, and beer's just going everywhere. I guarantee you, he's not going to be man spreading next to me. Beer everywhere. And if he gives me any problems, I say, well, I got Parkinson's. Have some respect. And that's obviously a lie, but you got to figure a way to know that. Unless he's watching the podcast, and then I'm outed, but I doubt it.
But what are the odds of that happening? You know?
Yeah. I saw you want them. If that happened, I'd be like, you win, sir.
No, what you do is you tell me, like, you know what? You caught me on a good day. What can I say?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I can give you the American answer, which is you Charlie horse him, you throat chop him, and then you poke his eyes out. But
he's Canadian. He's too nice to do that.
I was once on a flight from New York to LA, one long flight at 8-something at night in New York. Okay. This jackhole next to me takes up both of the armrests, spreads out as if a shaft of light is going to beam out from his nether regions and like spill out into the plane and give us a second coming. Okay. So I turned to him and I said, "Hey, what you doing going to LA?" Started talking really Southern. He goes, "Oh, I'm going there for business." I'm like, "Wow. Well, you do a lot of business out in LA, sir?" He goes, "Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I go back and forth at New York to LA. It's where our offices are." And I'm like, You ever wonder if you got enough insurance? Traveling, all this stuff that you're doing, spreading your legs. You got enough insurance. And mind you that if this was me 6 months ago, I would not have ever approached you to talk to you about your insurance needs. But 6 months ago, I found Christ. And I have been born again. So let me tell you about this insurance and share to you this very long story about how I became a Christian again and was born again. And he goes, those legs closed faster than I've ever seen a leg close in my life. That guy would not make eye contact with me the entire night. Victory, JFB 1, man spreading jackhole 0.
Give the assist to Jesus. There you go.
Thank you.
Jesus sets him up for the goal.
You have to say you're born again because it's for the first year. I know because I have a friend who is a born again Christian. For the first year, it is the most intense thing you have ever seen in your entire life. It's incredible. I love this guy, and he's on this great path.
Well, you got two born again Christians on the show with you, Jim.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, but when you get born again.
Well, no, like I know what you're talking about because they're on the high.
Yes. You're on this huge high.
Yeah.
Like fantastic high. And you talk to everybody about it. And it's great.
It's like if you have this cheesecake and you're just like,
Yeah.
everyone has to taste this cheesecake. It's the best cheesecake ever.
And so what happens is when you're on a contained plane where you have no ability to and walk away, just talk about religion and insurance. And I guarantee you, if there's an open seat on that plane, that guy's going to find it. Let's get to wrestling.
Oh, do you want to stay the rest of the show? Showtime?
Yeah, sure. What the hell? I'll watch Dynamite tonight.
That's how I like it.
Really?
Anyways.
You haven't gone full WWE convert on us?
And he's wearing a
I
KO, so that should tell you
didn't
everything.
I didn't watch Raw after Survivor Series, that's for sure.
Well, we did the Survivor Series review show. It did well.
Yeah, it did really well. So we start off with a bang. When I say a bang, I mean a cannon kaboom. And thumbs up. Shelton Benjamin's coming to the ring. Kyle Fletcher is going to be coming to the ring. This is a blue bracket for the Continental Championship. I love this match from the start. It was very methodical. They were feeling each other out. You got a guy who's an aerial artist and loves super kicks. He's basically Nick and Matt Jackson from 10 years ago. And you're getting one of the greatest technical wrestlers wrestling in the world today. Legit shoot wrestler. The guy wrestled at Minnesota with Brock Lesnar. And speaking of Brock Lesnar, Benjamin's suplexes are 1,000 times better than Brock Lesnar's suplexes. Said it. Hot take. I said it.
He's got aerial moves himself too, though.
That's true, yeah, but not as much as he. Yeah, I mean he's doing a little bit more now than he used to. But hey, noob. So that flying kick from Fletcher, right through the ropes, it was amazing. I mean, basically, this match is it's a shame that Benjamin had to take the loss, but Fletcher is too hot right now not to give him the rub. Maybe I would have preferred a draw, but hell of a match. Canada Dry, first match of the night.
OMG. This was a great match.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Fletcher looks so good in this.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin looks so good.
Yeah.
I love the way they, you got a little bit of the cheating win by pulling the ropes.
Yeah.
To me, Kyle Fletcher is on a rocket strip. Like they're gonna make him. They're gonna make him. I don't know if he's gonna be as big as Swerve, but it's looking like it because Swerve is the only other person to beat Will Ospreay this year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shane.
You know what? This is a rare treat of getting a nice heel versus heel match. And especially both guys are workhorses, and I don't believe those guys have ever touched before, but for guys that at least touched for the first time on AEW TV, that was a pretty impressive match. And hey, what better way for a heel versus heel match and then to have a heel way to win the match? So,
yep, absolutely. Joe.
Yeah, man, this was a banger of a match. I loved it. Like, Shelton looks like he hasn't lost a step in how long. Like, it's like he came out of WWE and stepped in a time machine, went back 5-10 years, and is like, okay, let's go wrestle in AEW. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the man's almost 50 years old and he doesn't look a day over like 40.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And I honestly I love the finish because I don't remember there being a dirty pin really in the first season of the C2. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But like you said, you got two heels, and this is a great way to make up for Shelton having to take the L is, well, he didn't lose cleanly. Kyle Fletcher cheated.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Kids, if you're wondering what we're talking about with dealing with Kyle Fletcher, it's that right there. It's a rocket ship. Yeah. Big old rocket ship. To the moon. So we go to a recap video of the Collision Continental Classic matches, little recap. And then some idiot in the back, who I'm sure will be fired, decided to light up the sky with the hook symbol. And the hook signal comes and beckons, of course, Hook. So he calls out Nick Wayne for tonight, but ultimately he wants Christian. He chokes out Nick Wayne and then he gets the hell beaten out of him, and then he gets his wrist supposedly broken and can't even pull that off convincingly. And I don't know what the hell is going on here with Christian at this point. It seems like he's being pulled in 52 different directions, and I don't like 52 of them. Kevin Dry, your thoughts on Hook?
Oh, was the Hook segment next where Christian Cage came out?
Yeah.
Oh, it seemed like it was later in the show. I don't know. I'm discombobulated here.
The match went for a while, though. That's why. The match went for a good while.
Showed up at the end.
Oh, that's probably why. The match was quite long, right?
Well, it was almost 20 minutes long. I think almost right to the time limit.
Yeah, they took out Hook right away.
Yeah.
Like, I love this segment. Like, Hook getting beat, it's almost as good as what happened later with our friend Max. I love Hook getting his ass whooped.
Okay. Shane.
I'm guessing this is another way to keep, like, I guess they're keeping him off TV for a while, which didn't they pretty much keep him off TV already for a while? So, I don't know. Does this mean, like, he's going to be near the end of his AEW run, or what? Like, what? It's kind of interesting what's going on there.
Yeah. I agree. Joe.
I was kind of hoping this is where Samoa Joe would return.
Yeah.
He had a thing going with Hook before he left. I think it would have been a great way to ease him back into television. Give him this little program to get through to World's End, and then you can really go full bore with whatever you're going to do with them. But yeah. And I don't know. Like, I really don't know what they're doing with Hook. I guess he's going to wrestle with a cast because he's obviously wrestling at Hammerstein. There's no way around it. He's going to wrestle there. It's in New York. I wouldn't be surprised if if Taz shows up somehow.
I agree.
Yeah, it's probably setting up for that.
That's why we're talking to you, old man. Taz, if you're out there, get well, get better, and put those knees to the test, because you're at Hammerstein Ballroom, which was a second home to ECW.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Anyways, woo. Go to Renee. She's in the back with Mercedes Monet. She doesn't want to talk about Camille, blah, blah, blah. But she does invoke the name of Anna Jay. Anybody want to add anything to this?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
blame
talk about it all later.
Yeah, exactly. We go to match number 2. I'm sorry. MVP is in Shelton's face, disappointed in Shelton. And then PAs and security guards of plunder as they get thrown, beaten, and smashed by all 3 of the guys of the Hurt Syndicate.
I'd love this. Can we just talk about how you have Shelton taking his frustration out on one guy?
Yeah.
And then you have Bobby come in to stop Shelton, who gets stopped by another backhand guy who just gets murdered.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? He was trying to help you guys. Instead, y'all got your ass whipped for your troubles.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Anybody else want to add anything?
Bobby's suit looked sharp as hell tonight. I love that suit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every suit he has had has been great. I didn't like the first one when he debuted. I thought it looked a little tacky. But
the
every
leather
other
suit?
What?
The leather suit?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, he,
Yeah,
looked like
no.
he looked like Eddie Murphy from the 80s.
Yeah, but it's not.
I like that they are. They're choosing to confront people when they lose.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna hear about it from the other members. Like
All I know is MVP brought out that dad line. He's like, I'm not mad.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
disappointed.
Yep. Exactamundo. All right, let's go to our second match. It's Dynamite Dozen Battle Royale. Basically, so when they come back from break, it's Adam Cole. Adam Cole is the only one that is coming to the ring that's worthy enough to get an entrance, which makes you think, well, they're just going to hand it to Adam Cole because basically everybody in the ring had a chance to just beat the living crap out of him and pushed him out of the ring before he even got in and start the match. He would have been down, but no, they let him do the whole Adam boom and then Adam Cole, baby. And I'm like, you guys are chumps. If I was in that,
you think they would have jumped him or something, right?
Yeah, if I was in that ring and I knew how the story was supposed to go, I'd go rogue. I beat the shit out of Adam Cole.
Well, you don't know if you want to do that because you might not be booked a little later on.
Yeah, well, guess what? My contract is about up. And if I do this and look like
that's
crazy,
true. That's true.
Yeah,
that's
if I look crazy, I might be in the wild Italian Jew crew.
No, know what? You might just get a call from Effie. Effie's gonna book you on GCW.
I'll take a blade job.
Effie had a big rant today again. The guy
he's building it up. He's building it up. I mean, plain and simple, he's building up the match. He's doing a great job.
Between Tony and Effie?
Yeah. Anyways, so of course, my question, Joe, did the option, there was only an option for one to pick on the thing, right?
Yeah. So what I did was if you picked Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly, you got your points.
Okay. Yeah. Because
that's the only fair thing to do.
Yeah.
Because the fucking rules change every year for this damn thing.
Yeah. And it changed again because unfortunately what happens is the final two guys meet next week at Dynamite, and then the winner will go after MJF's ring at World's End.
I understand why they're doing this now that they have their yearly December pay-per-view. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yes.
But my God, Tony Khan, tell us what's going on beforehand so us predictors can have the right scenario, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nobody likes a lazy bum, Tony Khan.
Well, like every year you expect MJF some way, somehow involved. And then also this year it's like, nope. And then it's like, okay, then you expect him at the next match. Well, nope.
Well, realistically, he is filming a movie, and I can tell you this. The amount of money that's invested in movies, and especially with Adam Sandler movies, because Adam Sandler finances probably about 60%. They're not going to let this guy just randomly go get the crap being out of him while they're filming a movie.
Absolutely.
You have continuity to worry about. How are you going to explain the black eye and, in scene number 64 when he's got nothing before that?
They got makeup artists for that.
You can CGI that eye back to normal. Anyways, my God. So we get Adam Cole. We get Kyle O'Reilly. They're going to meet. This is so stupid. This made no sense. They should have just had these guys fight. You didn't have, and I'll give them this. You made Cage and Archer look like badasses. They look like a great tag team in that entire match. They were the last two eliminated. Canada Dry, second match.
Which match are we talking about?
The Battle Royal.
Oh, yes, of course. I would have liked to have a couple more names in there.
Yeah.
Because someone's gonna be worthy of the Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Yeah.
Butcher's not worthy of the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Like, I would like to have a couple more names in there. Like, it doesn't need to be like a star-studded affair.
Yeah, like Anthony Bowens would have been good to be in there.
I think we could do a little bit better than Anthony Bowens.
Well, a little bit better than Evil Uno dressed up as Mankind.
But like who? Most of the star-studded people are already mixed up in the sea too. So
No, you don't need to. There's lots of guys that like you could have hologram or like, you guys got some other guys up there.
Okay.
I mean,
Anthony Bowens is not something.
No, he's not. He's not. I guess but I was thinking someone a little bit. I guess there's not too many options there.
No.
I mean, to be fair,
hologram and Bowens is literally the only ones we can think of.
Yeah.
To be fair, like the end game is clearly Cole and O'Reilly. The other 10 are just fodder, unfortunately.
Too obvious, yeah.
I hate like that. It was so predictable, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. Honestly, you're gonna put 20 guys, you're gonna put 5 guys, whatever. It was gonna be obvious who the final guys were. And again, we didn't even realize they only were gonna be the final 2. It's like we would have thought they were one of the 2 to face MJF. Not okay. Well, it's gonna be 2 guys. Then, yeah. So either way, they're and then a lot of the other top stars involved in other bookings too, besides the classic too. So.
Yeah,
I think the thing that I'm most interested coming out of this is the breakup, is like the impending breakup of Top Flight.
Yeah,
because you had Leo Rush and Action Andretti in matching gear. Why? Action Andretti is horrible.
Yeah,
just put Leo Rush with the Hurt Syndicate like everybody wants.
Yep.
Call it a day.
Yep. I agree. What wickedness we have. Anyways.
Are we talking? Do you have a MJF's promo to talk about on the list, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have an analogy that I want to make about this when we get to it. So don't let me forget.
An analogy. Well, you asked the wrong person to remember. I'm just letting you know. But I'll try to keep it in the mental trap. We get Julia. She is calling out Hater. House always wins. Anybody want to add anything to it?
That's an interesting call. I'm looking forward to that being I guess Julia's first match or first target or whatever coming back. I can't wait. Like these promos, these vignettes are hotter and hotter each week.
Yeah,
I like the mask that's being portrayed.
Oh, the mask was cool. The mask was really cool. Joe, you want anything?
It is interesting that they're having Julia come back and go after Jamie as opposed to someone else who you think would be a rather relatively easy win for Julia.
Yeah,
because I just don't see Julia winning this. It seems like it's a big build-up. I think it's going to fall flat if you build her up with all these return vignettes just for her to lose.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense because you do run that risk. You can't really boo on Hater. You can't really boo on, you can't boo on Julia Hart. It's her first match, which makes me think what's going to happen is Julia Hart's going to debut against somebody. And then Hater will appear. And they'll get into a row, and then Hater will have a match. She'll appear. They'll get into a row, and they'll build this up the appropriate way, leading into World's End, and then you have a match at World's End.
That's probably it. You're probably dead on there.
It's not tough booking. I mean, if I could think about it in the state I'm in, it's got to be pretty obvious, We go in the back. Renee's with the Acclaimed. I don't like Max Caster. I don't like him at all.
I don't think anybody does.
No.
I hate this gimmick.
Put up your hands if you like Max Caster.
Crickets. Nothing but crickets. Yeah, jackholes. Anyways, I just don't like this. I just don't like it. How he's getting intertwined with Swerve, I have no idea. I know it's a way to build Caster up, the potential turn to the dark side, and join the Hurt Syndicate. Swerve, obviously now has to contend with that bullshit. And it just, I get it. Like, I get it. But, yeah, there was no chance that the Acclaim were going to come out and save Max Caster at all. Bowens wouldn't shake his hand or high five him. Billy Gunn was kind of pissy. So, there's a good chance that, leading into our third match, we get this guy. You might know him better as, I don't know. You might know him as Swerve.
Swerve's house.
Swerve's house. He's going to be taking on Max Caster. Here are a couple of my notes. Dude, you know what? I don't care. He could come out in a party dress with a tiara and a wand, and that guy still would be the most dangerous man in AEW. Period. There's something about it.
He's probably more dangerous that way because you're gonna laugh at him and then he's gonna destroy you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what you got to deal with when you're dealing with Swerve. We know he's got a hot temper. Can't talk about house fires anymore now because we might piss him off. He might show up he might show up while we're live and beat the crap out of all of us. I don't know what's going to go on. Anyways, you know what? Basically what happened was Swerve beat the living hell out of Max Caster. We got 3 house calls, and then he jumps out. And then he jumps back in, and he dealt a swerve stomp on Caster, and then he leaves. Canada Dry, third match of the night.
Which one? Oh yeah, Swerve and the Acclaim. So I was distracted with something that's going on in my personal life.
Oh,
so I'm trying to double laugh.
No problem. I love you.
Oh yeah, it's okay. It's just yeah. So yeah, I loved Swerve kicking the living hell out of Max Caster. And I loved that the announcers were calling him, oh no, the best wrestler alive is getting his ass kicked. Oh, they kept on throwing that out. Just like, you're the best wrestler alive. Yeah, there you are.
Okay, showtime.
It literally felt like Swerve versus a local talent match. That's what it actually felt like. How much that Caster got his ass handed to him, and it was beautiful. Because another person not on his fan club. Oh, that's for sure. So no, this was fun to watch him get his ass kicked away. So it just shows how serious Swerve is and pissed off Swerve is right now, and not to get in his way.
And the fans loved it too.
For sure. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Joe.
So this was booked perfectly. This is exactly what should have happened. But selfishly, I just wanted it to last longer.
Yeah.
I hate this Max Caster character so much. Like, it brings me joy to just see him getting whipped from pillar to post.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I concur. All right, let's go to our next thing. So we're going to Swerve. Oh, so let's talk about MJF.
Yes.
So MJF gets on the screen and gives his retort, if you will, to Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly's match. So basically, he just blamed Adam Cole for everything. You know what's your fault? Jon Moxley is your fault. Is hilarious. Whether they take advantage of this and actually kind of make it seem like this Adam Cole was the portal to hell, let's do it. Let's make it happen because I don't like Adam Cole right now. I never thought in my life I would have ever said those words. I don't like Adam Cole right now, and neither does MJF. And then the best part is MJF just then calls him the jaundiced one because he looked yellow like he had jaundice.
Okay, so can I give you my analogy real quick?
Hell yeah, you can.
So as I'm sitting here listening to MJF make all of the sense in the world, which is very refreshing. He's like, we were best friends. You stabbed me in the back. You ruined that. And then every bad thing that has happened in this company is your fault. I'm sitting here thinking, Adam Cole is the Tony Stark of AEW. The guy who thinks he's the best, the good guy, but deep down has caused every major bad thing to happen. Tony Stark was at the root of almost every major MCU thing in the first and second installment. Everything that went wrong was his fault.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So I'm kind of interested to see if maybe they take a little inspiration from that and we finally get that full circle moment where Adam Cole somehow is the one who sacrifices himself to set things right. I don't know if that's the plan, but I think it would be really cool.
Okay. I dig it. Showtime Shane, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? You might be on to something, Joe. It's almost kind of, in a lot of ways, seeming that way with the whole, like, O'Reilly confronting Adam Cole, too, at the same time. This almost is a lot of the, like, Civil War and whatnot part of the Marvel Universe. So you may be on to something.
Okay. Canada Dry.
Which are we talking about now?
My analogy for the MJF promo.
Yeah, the MJF. It was a good promo.
Okay.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I did not.
So my point is I'm saying that Adam Cole is the Tony Stark of AEW. Because all this bad stuff is happening because of Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And it was the same way in the MCU for like the first two phases. Everything was always tied back to Tony Stark, be it his suit of armor, Civil War. He started a lot of
all his fault. He's got his fingers all in there. He's causing problems.
So I said maybe eventually we'll get the full circle of somehow Adam Cole sacrificing himself to set everything right like he did in Endgame. I'm not saying Adam Cole dies. Clearly.
We're not going to do a TNA story.
Hey, I don't know if you know, but we know that Iron Man isn't dead either because he's coming back as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, that's true. Different universe. I didn't think we wanted to bring time travel shenanigans into AEW just yet.
Okay.
That'll be
time splitters. That would be good. Get the time splitters. Get Kushida and Alex Shelley together. Yeah, I'd be down with that. All right. We're going to our fourth match of the night. We're already at 4 matches. Switchblade versus Pac. Here's some of my notes, man. I love Pac and the Death Riders because I think we're finally getting eyes on him. Like he's been gone and forgotten. And even when he's here, he's not here. And now he's with the Death Riders, changes the persona. He slides in perfectly. And I think that leads him to be able to be more creative in how his character goes. He could be more bastardy. Maybe? Yeah.
Like he wasn't already.
Yeah. Now he's extra. Not only is he bastardy, he's also persnickety as well. Just letting you know. Anyways.
So just to clarify.
Yeah.
Someone got in an argument with me just before the podcast. That's why I took a little bit longer because it's just like, oh yeah? And then you're getting into it with them, and then you're like, "Oh, I got a podcast to do." So, and then it is continue on during the show.
Wow!
But it is resolved now.
Okay,
we're good.
All right.
And so now I can pay my full attention.
Okay.
And I apologize to our viewers out there.
All right.
But sometimes it just gets to me. I don't know if it ever gets to you guys, but when you get in an argument with someone, it's just festering there.
Yeah.
You know what I find works out? You know what I find works out best? I type out every vile word I want to say.
Really?
And then I delete it. Because I know better than to send it.
How about you, Dippy? How do you deal with this? This seems like this could be a
when I sense that it's going to get out of control, I block them for 40.
Oh, really? That like
because they'll send the text and they'll get the error, and they'll know that I'm blocking them, and then at that point, like,
oh, so if you're blocking them, it's over. Like we're talking about somebody you care about. Let's say me and you.
No, I've blocked.
You block me. If we were getting in a fight,
I've blocked people before.
No, but I'm saying, let's say me and you were having a conflict over text.
Yeah. If it was going to get like really bad, where we were going to say things we did not want to say, I would block you for like 48 hours. Then
you block me for 48 hours, you son of a bitch.
48 hours, and I time it.
Well, you better apologize for blocking me right away. Shane, what would you do? Like when you what's your solution when you get into?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. I just end up getting in.
It's someone you care about.
Oh, I just twerk back. I can't help it just to twerk back until finally somebody just stops. Until I guess somebody.
You don't want to resolve it right away. You're just like, yeah.
Well, it depends which person it is, what the issue is, and yeah, there's a lot of factors. But yeah, I mean, no, seriously, if it's someone I care about, yeah, I'd try to like resolve it almost ASAP.
Yeah.
Do you know what this feels like, guys? Do you know what it feels like?
What's that?
It feels like if the knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Right, Kevin Nash. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
Before we go on with the next match, do you guys want to hear some spoilery breaking news about the Rampage taping?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I want to watch. I don't think we should break any spoilers for Rampage. I think some people want to watch it.
If I throw a wild guess out there, will you confirm or deny?
No, please don't.
Yeah, I will.
No, let's please not.
I'll blink once.
Because I'm finally looking forward to Rampage for once. Because it's got some good matches on it.
Is this the last one?
For you, because it's on at like 7 o'clock. For me, it's like 10 o'clock after a long ass day. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to spoil it for all our viewers.
We can put a timestamp on the bottom. You skip to this time.
How about this? If you want to know the spoilers, you can personally PM Joe's Messenger, and he'll tell you.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Next thing you know, 10,000 people from the community. That's it.
If Joe gets 10,000 PMs, that's good for business.
Yeah.
That's my Triple H. That's my Triple H comment of the day.
Yeah.
If Joe's getting flooded, that's good.
Good for business.
Yeah.
So I love Pac in this role. I think Pac fits well in this group. So Pac comes out with wheels. So we have Pac and wheels, which sounds like either like a really bad meal, like, oh, you know what, that's all you have left is Pac and wheels. Okay, I'll just go somewhere else. Or like the greatest crime fighting team ever. Pac and wheels.
Really? I just thought it was the knockoff Dollar General brand of Hot Wheels.
Wheels.
Oh yeah, you can have a Pac and Wheels T-shirt that looks something like the All Effing Wrestling Show shirt.
So Switchblade gets the win with the Sister Abigail / Switchblade out of nowhere because he looked dead for certain. And these guys beat the crap out of each other. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Like these guys beat the ever living hell out of each other, post to post, and around the ring and outside the ring and everywhere else. But Switchblade gets the win. Of course, then Wheels jumps in, then Claudio jumps in, and then everybody jumps in. All the Death Riders are there. Collect them all. They were all there, and they started beating the hell out of Jay White. And then who came out next? It was
Hangman. Oh no, it's Maria Shafir came out.
Yeah, Maria Shafir and Mox comes out, but who comes out to save Jay White? It was
Hangman Page is the first one.
Hangman Page, so he comes to the top of the
comes out.
Yeah.
He comes out.
We got Orange Cassidy sneaking up behind with the wire.
So we get Hangman at the top of the ramp. At the bottom of the ramp is Moxley. Then a camera guy goes rogue. It's Orange Cassidy. It's freaking Orange Cassidy. Apparently he's feeling all right. Apparently the cleansing helped him out because he just rocked everybody. And then, hey man, and just the problem that I have. Well, you know what? I'm not going to have a problem with this. I'm going to save this for the end. But the Death Riders go back on their tails. They get beaten up by AEW, which I think is brilliant storytelling. I think it's absolutely brilliant storytelling because you have to give people the little glimmer of hope before you snuff it out. And that's exactly what they're doing. Like, it's like watching an election. You want to have that glimmer of hope that your candidate is going to win before the orange guy snuffs it out and wins the presidency. So Canada Dry. Let's talk about 3 matches. Third match, number 3, go.
Yes, we got Switchblade Jay White.
Yeah.
And we got the Bastard Pac. This was a good one. I liked it. But ultimately, our hero, I'm really digging Jay White lately. Like this guy, he doesn't come off as a face, but he's a face, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd like to see do some more facey things, I think
he's a tweener. I think that's how he'll be good when it's convenient. He'll be bad when it's convenient. I don't think he's going to one way or the other.
I'd rather just make him a face. Everyone wants to cheer him. He's winning all the time. Like they always book Jay White extremely well. And I like him.
Yeah. All right. Shane.
The after show though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the after thing. This was awesome. I love this segment so much.
Yeah.
Like everyone, and then finally Orange Cassidy and Hangman Page and Switchblade all standing side by side. Yeah. They all got to do their finishers on Mox.
Yep.
This is like the first time AEW got any edge on these good guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and
real good edge.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, at first, I didn't like it. I don't like the fact that they made the Death Riders look weak. And especially your champ. But then I realized that's probably the most heel thing to do. Because come to pay-per-view, when we figure out who's getting Moxley, and it's most likely going to be Jay White, he is going to destroy him.
I don't know. I think it's still going to be the 4-way. But it might not be Christian Cage. It might be Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, and we'll talk about that. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, Christian comes out.
But Christian Cage popped out a little later, too.
And it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I get he's got this contract, but he's engaged in another storyline. You're going to separate him from that storyline?
That's why I don't think he's going to be the one in this main event. Because
No. I think in all honesty,
he's just going to be looming around at the end.
I think he's just working. He's just being a worker.
Yeah.
He's a looky-loo.
I'm just gonna say it. It's horrible. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I love Christian, and I've loved this run. But you're engaged in a mid-card story with Hook. Be it whether Hook joins you or Hook destroys you guys. But at some point in time, it just you can't be this guy who just pokes his head and goes, "Hi-yo, everybody," and then pokes his head back out.
Oh, like Mr. Howdy.
Yeah, like Mr. Howdy.
You know who really likes Mr. Howdy?
Who?
Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany.
Tiffany loves Mr. Howdy. Big Mr.
She
Howdy.
can relate.
Oh my God. Shane, your thoughts?
That you know what? Two guys like you would think would be having a good match together didn't
Yeah.
live up to the standards. And as far as the end, the fact to see Adam Page actually helping Jay White, so it's now become. So that's kind of got failed to mention that like they're starting to now have a bond when not too long ago they're trying to take each other's heads off.
Yeah.
And then Orange Cassidy, forgot to mention, first time ever. What the hell? Hello?
Yeah.
We
we
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay. Some reason I saw a message saying I muted my mic for some reason. But then the first time I ever see Orange Cassidy wear a jacket other than a jean jacket, to see him in a hoodie, that was an absolute shocker. A black hoodie, it's like it's showing this dark orange, blood orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be awesome.
I love it. Joe.
Okay. First off, match was awesome. Just great, just beating the hell out of each other. But I don't want to hear not one person say that Moxley has not created stars, because in this segment alone, he makes Paige, Jay White, and Orange Cassidy feel legitimate, like they belong. Especially Orange Cassidy. Moxley's done such a great job of elevating OC to this main event. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're gonna fuck around and make Paige a baby face again, if they keep on this current.
No, they gotta like make him turn on. I don't think he'll stay.
I'm telling you that everyone is cheering him right now.
I know. It's the anti-hero thing. I think
because this character is the best one he's had yet.
yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, and to the four-way, I don't see it because right now your top contenders is kind of thin at this point. Danielson's not going to wrestle full-time anymore, and we don't know when he's going to come back. It's going to be a while.
This is the way to keep the belt on Mox longer while assuming like he's defending it.
I would still love for Orange Cassidy to turn and join the Death Riders. I think that would be awesome.
I don't think it'll happen.
That would be wild.
I'd love it too, but it's not going to happen.
No, you're I don't see.
They're not going to deluge the Death Riders with more members. The only exception will be is the person behind it, and that's going to either be Tony Khan or it's going to be Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Hope it's not Tony Khan. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
No, it was me all along.
One more thing. I love that when you see Pac getting bested by Jay White, he just slips out of the ring and just takes it out on Wheeler.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is truly their whipping boy.
Yeah. So we get Hayter. She's talking about Julia Hart. Here's her response. She cuts an absolutely amazing promo. And this is why I think we're not going to see them touch for a while, because she said, I might just show up. You least expect it. Makes me think that's how it's going to be. They're going to ping pong this with run-ins and get it for World's End and get it out there, or save it for January 1st when they do Dynamite live on Max. Would be a great way to get that match in there. So, but yeah, she cut a passionate promo. I'm here to right wrongs, and you're not a wrong. I had no beef with you before, but now I do. That's when she says, "You never know. I just might show up." Kendra, your thoughts on the Hater?
The Hater promo.
Yeah.
Probably her worst promo. I wasn't into it. I thought she came off like indie-rific.
Okay. Shark face.
Hot take.
Shane.
I thought it was a decent promo myself, but man, that outfit tonight she was wearing that denim, all denim, like she's really trying to go with that throwback 70s style look since her comeback. We'll see how it looks. But I'm like, yeah, I was digging that.
That's the funny thing, Shane, because her promos don't go with that.
You're right. You're actually absolutely kind of right there too, which is kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but this is how she dresses in real life. She always has. She's always embraced and loved the 70s and everything about it. So
what you're saying is that she needs to go watch some Mike Awesome from WCW as that 70s guy.
The fat chick thrower?
Just to clarify, it wasn't a horrible promo.
yeah.
It just didn't scream, I'm a star.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
Okay. Joe.
I missed this promo. I had to step away from the TV, so I don't have any thoughts on it. Sorry. Is that your Pikachu face?
Nope. That's why you're going on my shit list.
Okay.
There's a show, JFB's shit list.
All you gotta do is install a TV in your bathroom, dude. That's all you gotta do. Or stream it on your phone. What I do. Bathroom tips.
He's not happy about being on the shit list. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you. There's a thing called an anal fissure that you get from sitting too long. And it's basically like a tear. And so in the mornings when I lived in LA, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd sit on the toilet and do my stuff with my laptop and start answering emails. And then I'd be done, but I'm still sitting there because I got emails I got to send out. And so I had this horrible pain, and the doctor was like, you got an anal fissure. Do you sit a lot? And I'm like, I do when I'm in the mornings. I sit for like, a couple hours. And he's like, yeah, that'll do it. I'm like, okay. So
This episode of Anal Fissures has been brought to you by
knowledge is power.
Kevin Nash. You're right. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. So, anyways,
My knees lock.
I was going to say too much information.
Yeah.
The TMI, JFB, TMI, but it's good TV.
yeah, but it's good to be aware of these things.
Yeah.
Because
It is.
when it strikes, you'll know it. You'll know it really quick. So let's get to
strange for backs and thigh injuries from sitting on the toilet too long. So yeah, I don't want to be getting anal fissure.
yeah. I mean, hey, I've done that in a ruptured testicle. So, yeah.
Maybe we'll have a segment where JFB tells us what part of his body he ruptured at some point.
Before we go, what's our extra thing in the flower shop?
Oh, yeah.
Our extra thing in the flower shop is going to be let's go back to the old classic. Let's tell us about a favorite video game that you played as a kid.
Okay. I like it.
If it happens to be one you said already, c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Okay. So we go to Jericho with the New York Minute. By the way, it ran over a minute, just letting you know. But
let me just say, I love that he kept on saying the wrong nickname for New York.
Yeah.
Beantown,
the Big Easy,
Sin City.
Anybody else want to add anything? Because there's,
that was the only thing. That was great. He's wearing a cowboy hat. I love it.
Yeah. And we get a Bandito announcement, the Old West scene, and we get the alarm that Bandito, the most wanted man, is coming back to AEW.
Nice.
Fifth match of the night, Anna Jay and Penelope Ford. I want to start off with saying, great hype video to kind of remind us that they weren't really friends 3 years ago. This is 3 years in the making. And I'm sure some of it has to do with the fact that Penelope Ford has been injured for 2 of those 3 years. But nonetheless, it was a great hype video.
All right, before we get going here.
Yes.
Bad Take Cade probably had one of the worst takes he's ever had.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh yes.
And he's earned his old nickname back for like a week.
What was the take?
that Anna Jay and Penelope Ford are both.
Yeah, man.
This
Meh.
is like the worst take he's ever had.
Yeah.
We got two beautiful, sexy women. He's like,
Ugh,
that's a bad take.
that's a horrible take. Oh, that's horrible. Anyways,
I want them to fight forever, to be honest.
so Anna Jay and Penelope Ford put on an amazing match. I thought it was an amazing match. It really showcased how far these two girls, well, these two women have come from 3 years ago to now. 3 years ago, the only way they were going to get over is with a street match to turn into a bloody mess. And now they had a great wrestling match. There was no gimmicks. There was nothing. It was just them wrestling. Anna Jay gets the win. She calls out Monet. And then we see the reason why Anna Jay is not a superstar. She can legit wrestle. That girl overacts all the time and cannot cut a promo
Yeah.
to save her life. If there was a bomb strapped to her and all she had to do was cut a mediocre promo and not get blown up, that entire front row would be covered in blood. Just letting you know. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the fifth match?
I think that like you nailed it. She's a great wrestler, so she's improved a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's her mic work. Obviously, they're good. She's gonna get better.
Yes.
She's gonna get better. Who's great at riding a bike the very first time?
Yeah.
No,
Mr. Perfect.
I crashed like 3 times.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, like I'm sure
I'm fairly
he's
certain I saw that in a vignette at one point.
Yeah.
training. Look, no training wheels. I'm perfect. But yeah, I think that Penelope Ford, she's a great wrestler. I really enjoy her, and I don't want to see her dropping these. Doing any more L's. I'd like to see her being someone who is one of the main women.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like her, and I honestly, I think Anna Jay is hot. I was more drawn to Penelope this whole match.
Yeah. Okay. Dane.
Oh, I enjoyed both ladies' work in the past, and it was great to see them. They actually put on a solid match. It wasn't clunky like you would see other so-called top female stars put on a regular basis. So no, I enjoyed the match. Yes, Anna Jay could use a little work on the mic. Maybe she could learn a thing from her boyfriend, the Jungle Boy.
Well,
But,
he's just coming into his own too.
That's true. Maybe she's got to go to the same class as he took or something. Learn from him somehow. But
She
other
did.
than that, yeah.
She went to Japan just like him. So I mean,
That's true.
Look. The only way she's going to get better is let her go out there and talk.
Yeah, practice is made perfect. Like,
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really good. Like you said, it didn't feel like it felt like it was smooth, and the saying is smooth is fast.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be moving at lightning quick pace because it looked like they both belonged in that ring and they were working well together.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a good match.
All right. Let's go to our Renee. She's in the back with Mariah May. She pissed off Renee. Renee almost walked off the set. Mariah May saves it. And then Mina comes and she has a bottle of champagne. You're expecting kabong. And no, she hands it to her and says, "Do it to my face." And then she said, "I'll see you. Winter is coming." And we left it at that. Anybody want to add anything?
yeah, it's kind of rough because like Mariah May's title reign has been
Yeah.
They haven't give her the best opponents
Because they don't have anybody.
Well,
like we said, Statlander should have been the one.
Oh, yeah.
to challenge for the title. Even if she's not getting it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like they already used up Deeb in a championship match.
You have Stat, you have Willow.
I agree. I don't disagree with that statement.
But
I
yeah,
think
Mariah May's title reign,
yeah,
is it's not one of the best that they've had.
I think it's the worst title reign in women's in AEW women's history.
I mean, she was always going to have a hard time struggling coming off of Toni Storm and her just character-based title reign. I don't think anybody could have really succeeded.
Yeah,
following that, it's like you never want to be.
They didn't book it well. That's all.
Yeah, they have. No. Well, they haven't booked anything. Like, there's been the only story is, let's wait for Toni Storm to come back. That seems to
be. You got Anna Jay. Who else did she beat?
This is like the Cody Rhodes booking, really.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go to our sixth match. It is the main event. It's Brody King versus Claudio for the gold bracket. You have two very powerful guys, but one of them is a shoot wrestler. The other one is not. And that's Brody King. Brody King is not a shoot wrestler. He has a decent moveset, but Claudio is a shoot wrestler. This guy shoot wrestles for a living. But they beat the ever-living hell out of each other. And when you think that one guy was going to get the opportunity or the pop, the other guy was able to kick out of the move or kick out of the submission move or kick or grab a rope or whatever. And it was a really great way to choreograph a back and forth match. Nobody had an advantage at any point. Nobody carried the match. They went at it left and right. And it was a brilliant match. My problem was it just didn't have a main event feel to it.
Yeah.
And it's not a slight against Brody King or Claudio, but it would have had a main event feel if it was not a Continental Classic match, so that there could be interference, because I think that they missed an opportunity for a possible trios match.
Yeah.
No, what they should have. They should have had Pac and Switchblade finish the show. Then you could have had that big schmoz in there at the end.
Yeah.
And then it was on.
Yeah. I mean, it just, or you know what? You could have had, because Brody King lost. Claudio beat him. You could have had Claudio start beating on him. Here comes Wheeler and Pac, and they start tuning in on him. And then the lights go out.
Well, they don't want to have the tournament marred by like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a missed opportunity. You could have done it after the match.
Yeah, but if you put Pac and Switchblade at the end, you have that awesome that's a great ending for the show.
They should have swapped those two. Actually, yeah, you're right. Because
and you could even added something to make it a little bit more flair like for the end of the.
All right. Well, tell us more, Canada Dry. Go with the sixth and final.
Oh shit! I shot my load here. No, like I enjoyed like Claudio is being booked like a monster.
Yeah.
Like he should have been.
Yeah.
Well, he was booked really strong, and then it was kind of like declined.
No, but I mean the WWE era, he should have been booked that same way back then.
Yeah.
I'm still not a Claudio guy, but he does make me like him once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brody, and this is like, Brody's not gonna win this thing. There's no way Brody wins this thing, but he's gonna play in the results somehow. I think.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big influence like he was last year.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Showtime Shane.
This is the fun thing about the Continental Classic is they give you matches if you would never think you're gonna get or expect it or want to see, and it's like putting those two on paper is like, oh, you know what, this is gonna be an interesting clash, and you know what, they put on one hell of a match. Yeah, it's kind of marred that the Continental Classic probably shouldn't be a main event spot match because, I fully agree. It did not feel like a main event match. But those guys still having that final slot really did put on a really, really great match. And I honestly wouldn't mind seeing those two go down the road, somewhere down the road, face off again.
Yeah. I agree. Let's go to Joe.
Yeah, this is like I love this time of year. I love the Continental Classic.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a solid 20-minute chunk of time to go out there and just do your thing.
Yeah.
Tell a story. Like, and that's what I love. Like 20 minutes is like the perfect amount of time for like a TV wrestling match, in my opinion.
Yep.
For like a main event.
What do we got? We got 3 matches, Continental Classic matches on Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that has potential to each be bangers because that's 20. That's a show, 20 minutes each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 60 minutes.
Like what filler do you need in that?
Yeah.
You don't. But like I think one of my favorite little beats throughout this whole match was Brody and his wrist in a wrap or whatever. And eventually, like he was hitting him left-handed. Eventually, he just had to suck it up and start chopping Claudio with his right because his left just wasn't doing enough damage. Like it's just those little things throughout a match that just make the storytelling that much better.
Yeah, that's great storytelling.
Yeah,
that's little fine details.
Yep,
That's
absolutely.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, not many wrestlers do that anymore. It's not common anymore. That's
like that's why I like Jericho and Ishii last week because it had the little things in there, and I miss that sometimes when they don't do those little things.
I agree. That's it. We're at the end of our show, which means
it's time for the flower shop.
And you're wondering, why do we call it the flower shop? Well, it's in a little honor to this man right here, the adorable Adrian Adonis. You want to know how you can let the world know how great Adrian Adonis was? All you got to do is just go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis gear.
Do you know what shirt we need in there?
Yeah.
The flower shop with Adrian Adonis.
We do. Yep.
Adorable Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
Doesn't he in his picture just going to have some flowers? And
yeah. Let's start working on it. So anyways, favorite match, favorite segment, number of bells, and your favorite video game that you used to play as a kid, Canada Dry. You go first.
I'm going to go with my favorite match is Swerve Strickland beating the living hell out of that jackass Platinum Max Caster, the best wrestler alive. Yeah, and my favorite segment is the beatdown and the interaction between Orange Cassidy, Switchblade Jay White, and Hangman Adam Page and John Moxley, and that whole segment there. I was so entertained by that. My favorite video game. I'm gonna fast forward to a little bit later. Not quite a kid, but I'm going to go with Mario Party.
Okay.
I enjoyed some Mario Party. You're about to win the freaking race, and someone gets that Switch card, and you go back to
Okay.
You did play Mario Party?
I did.
It's fun.
All right.
And my rating for this show, I enjoyed this 4.17.
Okay. Shane.
All right. Favorite segment? Yeah, it's gonna have to be the brawl down between, I guess, Team AEW versus Death Riders. Especially the fact that you got Jay White and Hangman. Now all of a sudden, my enemy is your friend sort of deal. So that's pretty cool. Favorite match? I mean, I wouldn't call this a match at all. And so I'm going to go with the first match with Fletcher and Sheldon.
Yeah.
Having two heels was a fun match with the heel ending. Definitely was just the perfect ending to it.
Did from Big Bang?
Yes, Sheldon from Big Bang. That's exactly what Bells, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. Solid show.
All right.
Favorite video game. So I guess I could kind of still say kiddish. There's been early teens, early mid teens. Counter Strike.
Yeah.
So yeah, like countless hours playing Counter Strike on the computer, even going to internet cafes, which were huge back in the day to play
you were
Counter
addicted,
Strike
eh?
online. Yeah, I was a couple times I went there, but I had to set up myself based off of the Half Life or whatever. But yeah, no, I just Counter Strike opened the door for Call of Duty straight up.
Yeah. Okay. Joe.
Okay, so man, I was sitting here thinking like there's so many good matches. It's kind of hard to pick just one, but
Yeah.
for me, I'm going with that main event.
That's a good match, dude.
Just brutal, heavy hitting. My favorite segment, it's the Hurt Business beating up the backstage hands. Like it was great. I loved it. My favorite game as a kid is on the Nintendo was Zelda, the gold card, and I had the gold cartridge Zelda.
Whoa.
Playing that game, being
Okay.
Link going to save the princess,
Yeah.
And then it's not that often that I get to do this because usually Canada Dry is a really high score, but I'm gonna give a 4.18 and just Bob Barker.
Oh, you Bob Barker, you son of a bitch! JFB hasn't given
He
a
can
score
do it
yet.
if he wants, but we'll see what he does.
JFB, come on down. You're the next contestant.
On.
I'll say this: the matches were fantastic, but this show was bloated. And for the first time, 6 matches was too much.
Yeah.
It just felt bloated, and it suffered. I think there were missed opportunities, and there were matches that could have been done on Collision, and that's Swerve and Anna Jay. Both of those guys could have been on Collision, and you could have given more length to a couple of the other matches, especially the Jay White match. But the Jay White match was my favorite match of the show.
You're telling me my favorite match is getting kicked off the show.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I understood it.
You're entitled to your opinion, JFB.
I know.
I'm not gonna strip you of your opinion.
Are you gonna start calling me bad take JFB?
Listen, I disagree with you, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. So favorite match was the Jay White match. Favorite segment was the shenanigans that happened immediately right after that. That should have been the main event. It should not have been Brody King and Claudio. But it was a good way to highlight those guys because those guys are workhorses. I mean, those are guys that would be carrying the Intercontinental Championship in WWE.
I also think it stresses the importance of the Continental Classic that they're willing to end it on a tournament match.
So that was my favorite match and favorite segment. Favorite video game as a kid. There was this arcade that I used to go to when my mom would go bowling. She bowled in a league, and so I go with her, and I go to the arcade. And it was Star Wars, and it was wireframe graphics, and you would have to do trench runs, and you have to avoid these stars coming at you because those were the lasers, and you had to.
What year is this, Jippy?
Huh? This is like early '80s, man. Like,
I know the game you're talking about. Then
yeah.
Okay.
82, maybe 83. And that thing sucked more quarters than I mean it.
Do you think if you played it now,
let's not get X-rated on your analogies here, JFB?
I know.
Would you still enjoy it now, JFB, if you played it?
Would I what?
Would it still hold up now for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have so on my laptop I have a emulator that emulates video games, and I play all my old classic arcade games when I was a kid. So like I have Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, I got the Star Wars game, Battle Tanks, Zaxxon, like you name it, I got it. You know, because those were big games of my childhood. And I want to keep playing them. So, but yeah,
I realize why I never have had a child.
Yeah.
I think God's punishing me.
How so?
Well, I just always wanted to name my kid Zaxxon. And I think he's not allowing me to do this.
I agree. Hey, some lady in Mississippi can call her son Hitler. I think you should be able to go.
I forgot to mention to you, JFB.
Yeah.
I'm at the Safeway buying some groceries, and this mom, this cute mom,
yeah,
she's like, "Come on, Boston, let's go pay for this." Named her kid Boston. That's a horrible name for a first name. Like, hey. I'm not dissing the city, but as a first name.
No, you're right. I mean, you just don't name your kid after cities.
Most cities. Like, I can see if you're a cowboy type of calling someone Denver.
Maybe she didn't name it after the city. Maybe Boston is her favorite band, okay?
Maybe it's her favorite dessert. Ever think of that?
Yeah. Boston
cream pie.
Boston's a sweet band. I love Boston. They're great band.
All I gotta say is if you want, I like Boston cream pies, don't get me wrong, but if you really want an amazing cannoli, it's not in New York. The best cannoli I've ever had in my entire life, including the cannolis I've had when I was in Italy, is Mike's, South Boston.
Maybe the kid's named Boston because she was conceived in a Boston. He was conceived in a Boston pizza.
Hey, what's your star rating, Jeff?
I'm gonna go 3.75. It's just I don't think it was I think it was a great show. I think it was just bloated.
Our average is 4.025.
All right, see? I didn't bring it down by that much.
And you had a chance to Bob Barker's ass in you.
No, I didn't. I mean, I'll get a chance.
That's okay.
I'll get a chance again. I'll come in like the little whammy.
Oh my God. You know what? I get upset.
Okay.
And you know all I got to do?
What's that?
It was that thing on the Seinfeld the dad used to say. I had it in my mind and I don't remember what it is. What is it? What's the dad say on Seinfeld? George's dad.
I don't remember. He said so many things.
Yeah.
Festivus for the rest of us.
That's not it, but that's a great holiday.
Yeah.
We should have a Festivus for the rest of us podcast.
Ooh, I would like that.
We should win that song. That's what we should call our Christmas show.
I'm digging it. All right, guys, that's the end of the show, which means we got to hawk some stuff. But you know what? I don't have to go through all this rigmarole. All the links are down below, including our Pro Wrestling Tees t-shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. Click like and subscribe, guys. Come and join us live. We're entertaining as hell. We say some bad words. We go off the road. It's all right. It's fun.
I remember what George Costanza father says.
What does he say?
Serenity now!
Serenity now!
I think there was another guy that was saying it. The guy went through the sandwich island. That's right. George's dad did also say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Serenity now.
Serenity now. By God. Anyways, on behalf of Canada Dry, Showtime, Shane the Closer, Commissioner Joe, I am Lights, Camera, JFB.
And sometimes this time of year, you're not going to be doing so well because sometimes the seasonal defective disorder is a real thing. You get down, you get depressed, and it's important. You know that it's okay to be down, but it's not okay to stay down. You got to reach out to your family, unless they're deadbeats. You reach out to your friends, unless they're deadbeats, and then you reach out to us, give us a message. And, another person, if you really think that you're down, just message Dallas. Everybody, just message Dallas right now. Just say hi. Put your fists in the air. Put the devil in a sharpshooter. Just keep fighting. Serenity now!
This has been an effing worldwide media production.
Oh, puppy.
You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.